This result making headlines in Mexico as well. The front page of Vaciones, Vela, of course, with his brace, very much the MVP of the match as we welcome in Herculez Gomez to the show. Herc, what a game.
Unbelievable game. If you saw what was the first leg of this affair, you would have definitely counted LAFC out. They were a shadow of what they were last season and completely 180 from what happened last night. You're talking about León going into this game had scored in 13 of its previous editions, and you're talking about LAFC not being able to keep a clean sheet in 11 of their previous editions. So it was almost the worst possible combination. It could have been a nightmare for LAFC. I gave it a 3-1 scoreline when I was asked yesterday, which would have still eliminated LAFC. I said they would have almost had to be perfect. I did not see León going out this night without scoring a goal, but they completely shut out León, who is the best team in Liga MX last season, the season before that, and currently second place this season. So we're talking about a 14-month span where most points, one of the best offenses, one of the best defenses, one of the most well-rounded teams. I mean, with the exception of the 9 who wasn't playing last night, that's a first-choice squad. And then you look at LAFC, brand-new goalkeeper, a makeshift back line who's never played together. The first leg, there was a defensive midfielder in there in front of him who didn't know the team. To have this type of performance in front of their home crowd, and what Bob Bradley says, you have to give credit to LAFC. It wasn't what León failed to do. It wasn't that they took a night off. It wasn't that their players weren't good enough. LAFC put on a clinic. LAFC took it to this team. LAFC opened a lot of people's eyes, but this is a two-legged affair. I'm with Mark Anthony Kaye when he says there are a lot of teams now who are looking at LAFC in a different light, but that first leg still leads a lot to be left desired, and León could have put that away in the first leg. They didn't. LAFC did their job.
Quickly, you live in LA. How much of a vibe was there last night? How good was it?
It's incredible. And you heard Kenneth Vermeer, he's talking about the vibe, the atmosphere. And this is a guy who's played in Ajax, he's played in Feyenoord, he's played Champions League. To talk about that type of vibe, it keeps growing. It's insane. You now put the inclusion of Chicharito Hernandez to the Galaxy. It's gone up to the next level. This is the mecca of soccer today in this country for what both teams have, what they presented to the world. When teams talk about Major League Soccer, immediately to mind, it's the Galaxy and LAFC.
So the setup is now made for what is a mouthwatering quarter-final. Take a look at this. Atlanta United against Club America, Cruz Azul against LAFC, Tigres NYCFC, Olympia against Montreal Impact. Herc, let's just first, shall we reflect on Seattle last night. You could see it, couldn't you, from Brian's reaction, gutted in a game that they really should have won.
Not only this game, Dan, if you look at the last game, they're up 2 goals as well and let it slip away on the road. You can't let those type of games slip away from you. I understand that you're in sort of this preseason mode. I understand that you get around the 60th minute and the tank is going on empty, but you have a 2-goal lead away from home. And then you go home and you have another 2-goal lead and you allow the team to come back, a team that had an alternate squad that was missing 5 of its starters. No matter how you paint it, this is an extreme failure for the Seattle Sounders in Major League Soccer. We're talking about the defending MLS Cup champions. And I understand Gustav Svensson, I understand Nico Lodeiro, 2 of your most important players weren't there on the night. But man, this is such a chance missed, not only for the Seattle Sounders, but for this league. You would have talked about every single Major League Soccer team going on to the next level, increasing your chances of finally lifting that trophy. Seattle, for me, was one of the teams that had it in them to make a run. This is just a huge gut blow.
Who did you pick for MLS Cup this year?
I picked Seattle Sounders.
And are you sticking with that after that?
Absolutely, even more now. They don't have to worry about
CONCACAF
Champions League.
I don't need more of an explanation. That's all right. Thank you very much, Herculez Gomez, of course, for a lot more on the start of the new MLS season. Go over to the website. You can see all of Herc's predictions in all of their wonderful glory. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.